rig collapses on the Norwegian coast. An in-depth racing game is hitting the shelves. A $1 million lawsuit in the music industry. And a brand new Vikings series on Netflix. All in this episode of ENews. Hello, I'm your host Hank Hoffman, and welcome back to this week's edition of ENews. The Burning Sea coming to theaters February 25th. An oil rig collapses on the Norwegian coast. Researchers are scrambling to find the cause when they realize the beginning of something far worse. Directed by John Anderson, starring Christine Thorpe, Henrik Benton, and Rolf Larsen. In gaming news, Grid Legends releases on February 25th, a story-driven racing game. The game sells itself on its improved AI and custom race builder. The game is being developed by Codemasters and published by EA. Ncuti Gatwa, the star of Netflix's Sex Education, leads the celebrity cast in the game's story mode. The game's story mode transitions live-action footage directly into gameplay.
Let's 10 over, please.
160, take 13, common.
Be a part of the drama and embrace the sensation of specular action racing. Tuesday, February 8th, a $1 million lawsuit was placed against WuTang Productions. The lawsuit was placed by WuTang member ODB's widow after accusing WuTang Productions for refusing to pay royalties and publishing income to ODB's estate over the last decade. In her 10-page complaint to the Rolling Stone, Icelane Jones, administrator to her husband's estate, is asking for $1 million in damages plus interest. ODB spent several years in and out of jail before November 2004. When he died of a drug overdose at WuTang Productions studio in New York. New Netflix series, Vikings Valhalla, set in the 11th century, follows the adventures of some of the most famous Vikings who have ever lived. The Vikings themselves clash over their conflicting pagan and Christian beliefs. This story follows Leif Erikson, played by Sam Corlett, Freydis Erikdottir, played by Frida Gustafsson, and Harold Sigurdsson, played by Leo Sutter. As tensions between the Vikings and the English royals reach a breaking point, these three Vikings begin an epic journey that will take them across oceans and battlefields. I'm Hank Hoffman, and thank you for joining us in this week's edition of ENews. Be sure to check back in next week and see what we have in store.